Hey, what's going on guys, you're watching FBHD Tech, and in a previous video we have built an awesome gaming PC, so if you haven't seen that video, I recommend you go check it out first. In that video, a few of you guys asked if I could benchmark the PC in order to see how it performs, and in today's video we're doing exactly that, so let's get started. Just as a reminder, the PC that we're going to benchmark has an Intel i9-9900K, an Nvidia RTX 2080 Ti and 32GB of RAM. If you are interested in the full specs of the system, they will be listed in the description below. We are first going to benchmark the system at its stock settings, so everything out of the box without any overclocking, and then we are going to overclock the CPU and GPU and see how much of a performance boost we can get, and, spoiler alert, it's a pretty decent amount. We're going to perform 4 benchmarks, and every benchmark will be done at both stock settings and also overclocked. The overclock settings include an increase of the CPU frequency to 5.1 GHz, and also the core voltage is set at 1.33 volts. For the GPU overclock, the clock frequency was increased by 120 MHz and the memory clock was increased by 1000 MHz in MSI Afterburner. The first benchmark will be just for the processor and it will be done using Cinebench. This benchmark uses the processor to render a 3D image and then at the end of the render gives you a score. The higher the score, the better. For the stock settings, a score of 4755 was obtained, while for the overclock settings, a score of 5165 was obtained. That is a difference of 410 between the stock and the overclocked settings. The temperature of the CPU gets pretty high during this test, so I would recommend to keep a close eye on the temperatures and adjust your fan speeds if necessary. The next benchmark is TimeSpy by 3D Mark, and this will benchmark both the CPU and GPU and give a final score for our system, as well as individual scores for the CPU and GPU. Again, a higher score is better. The stock benchmark had a score of 13,418, while the overclocked benchmark had a score of 14,455, which is a whopping difference of 1037. Here you can also see the individual scores for the GPU and CPU for both the stock and overclock settings, and as you can see, both are increased by a fair amount. This benchmark is great because it also shows you how much better your score is compared to the scores of other PCs. It's nice to see that this system is in the top 2%. The third benchmark is the CSGO FPS benchmark. All the settings in CSGO were maxed out, and by running the benchmark an average FPS of 405 was obtained for stock, while for the overclock settings an average FPS of 460 was obtained. This is an increase of 55 FPS by just overclocking your CPU and GPU, so you're missing out on free performance if you aren't overclocking your system. The final benchmark will be the Superposition benchmark at the 1080p Extreme preset. For this benchmark, the obtained score was 8953 for stock and 9626 for the overclocked settings. Here we can also see an increase of 673. The conclusion from these results is that the combination of the Intel i9-9900K and the Nvidia RTX 2080 Ti is just a beast of a setup and it can handle anything you throw at it. It is also very impressive how much extra performance you can get from your PC by overclocking it, and this is just free performance that you can get out of your components. But keep in mind, not every GPU and CPU is the same, so some will have better overclocking capabilities than others, and this is what we call the silicon lottery. Just make sure that when you're overclocking, you keep a good look at the temperatures because it can get pretty hot in there. You don't want to burn your house down while you're trying to overclock your PC, so make sure that you have an adequate cooling solution and that the temperatures don't get too high. This PC is truly a beast when it comes to performance, and I really enjoy using it. I hope you have enjoyed this benchmark video, and if you have any questions or if you want me to perform some additional tests, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button. comment in the comment section below, subscribe to my channel to join our awesome tech community, and don't forget to hit that bell icon in order to be notified when I upload future videos.